Hello and welcome to your pick a card reading around finding your soulmate. So right here we've got 3 different cards from you to choose from. They represent the tarot decks I will be using. So over here we have pile number 1 or deck number 1. We have card or deck number 2. And then we have card or deck number 3. So I always suggest that you take a look at the cards, see which one you're drawn to. That's probably the reading that you should watch. Never a bad thing to watch them all, but definitely watch the reading that you are drawn to. I will put timestamps in the description box below. And before we get into it, of course, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Now, take a look, choose your card, and jump on over to that reading. See you there. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 1. Before we jump into our tarot cards here, we are going to get a tarot from the major stack that is going to show us the overall theme about you finding your soulmate. So let's start with that. Spirit, give us a card. Tell us, what's the overall theme around finding the soulmate? The universe, which is the world. This is about cycles. Quite often the ending of a cycle, but it's also a very positive card. It's victorious. You've got there and you've made it. So let's see how this ties into the reading. So I'm going to place this right over here, get this lined up, and then we're going to jump into the tarot. But before we do, I'm just going to expand a little bit more on this universe card. So the world in traditional tarot. So like I said, this is about cycles, and it is about positive things coming to an end, positive things and goals being reached and attained. This is telling me that in terms of finding your soulmate or attracting your soulmate, right? It looks like you are either almost there, or for some of you, it could be that there is something that has to complete, a cycle that has to wrap up before somebody new can come in. Now, if you are coupled, if you are with someone or you've just broken up, it could be that there are things that have to happen before you can move on and find your true soulmate, right? And then for some of you, it's just simply that you are very close to having found who your soulmate is or connect with them. Right? So let's get into our tarot cards and see what comes up. Okay. Oh, this one wanted to come out. So we have 10 of Swords. There we go. That's an ending. Painful ending, or ending of something painful. I think for a lot of you, this is going to revolve around a breakup that's happened or is in process perhaps. Maybe you thought you were with your soulmate. We're going to get the rest of the cards and see what comes out. So we have the 9 of Wands, which is around being close to something, like close to an ending, but you're not quite there. It's like you've had to take a break and you've had to pause for something. We'll come back to that too. We have the Magician in reverse. Okay. And last, with our potential outcome, we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Just about anything is possible with this. In the reverse, it could mean a delay. We'll talk about that in a moment. We're going to clarify with the Oracle cards, so we have those coming as well. Underlying energy, oh my goodness, 10 of Pentacles. Love this. Love this so much. Okay, we're going to put this over here under our universe card because these are our reference cards as to the energy that's flowing. Okay, let's talk about our tarot. We're going to dive a little bit deeper here. So the 10 of Swords, like I said, this is about something painful that is ending or an ending that is a little bit painful. This is something that needs to wrap up. It doesn't feel good, right? It's about the swords. The traditional card has a man lying on the ground with a bunch of swords, 10 swords stuck in his back. It just doesn't feel good, right? So there has been some struggle around finding that soulmate. Maybe it's trying to find that person, right? It's the, what's the saying? You have to kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince, right? So it feels like you've been through a lot in the relationship realm, okay? And then when we look at the 9 of Wands, we see that, like I said, this is needing to take a break. Because, I'm going to go back to the Ten of Swords for a moment here. Because the Ten of Swords is about an ending, right? Nine of Swords is we're almost at the end. Ten of Swords is we're here. But because this is in reverse, it hasn't quite wrapped up. Remember, I said this card, this World card, is about cycles. So it's not quite over. It's not quite done. For those of you who maybe are carrying some baggage from previous relationships, it's the needing to let go. It's the needing to end it for good. Because how can you allow your true soulmate to come in if you're still harboring stuff or clinging to stuff from the last relationship that you've had? Maybe even more than one relationship from the past. Do you see what I'm saying? And I say this with love because I know that this can be a very hard thing to do, right? So back to our Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, as I said, this is about having to take a break and take a pause. If you have been trying so hard to either work something out with someone or trying to convince someone to go out with you or that you're the right match, perhaps it's time to stop, take a little break and go, okay, before I push this right over the edge, let me make sure that this is what is really meant for me, right? That's the Nine of Wands. There's a little bit of introspection required here and you get to rest at the same time, okay? And I think this is necessary for you. Then when we look at the next card, we have the Magician in reverse. In order to find that person or connect with that person who is truly a soulmate, right? You just about have everything you need. It's like you have all the tools. You have all the tools and the wisdom and the knowledge, but you don't know how to use it, right? The Magician card in reverse is either you don't quite have everything or you have it, but you're not sure how to wield that power per se. And that's where you are now. This is what I'm feeling for a lot of you is like, I know what I need to do. I know what I need to let go of. I know what I need to focus on, but it's hard. I'm struggling with this, right? And then when we come to the Nine of Cups is a beautiful card. So the Nine of Cups, it's about having that emotional satisfaction. You're feeling good. You're feeling fabulous. You're happy. Your heart is happy. I call this my fat and happy card. You've just sat down. You've finished a nice meal. You've had dessert. Maybe you're having a nice coffee or liqueur after, and you're just like relishing that moment and that feeling and that total contentment, right? This is saying you need to be this as an individual without somebody. Once you feel the fabulousness of yourself and your own life, right? That's when they come in. Right now, I think you get it. You aren't quite there, but you know what you need to do. Or at least you know you have the materials. You have the knowledge, you have the wisdom. It's pulling it all together. That can be tricky. Here's the thing. We didn't get into this. I kind of skipped over this. I was so excited to get into the reading. Let's talk about our Ten of Pentacles as the underlying energy over here. Ten of Pentacles is having it all. This is everything. This is what you want. You want the guy or girl, right? You want the house, you want the job, you want the kids, you want the vacations, you want the career, you want the business, you want the dog, the cat, the fish. You want it all. You want it all. Fabulous friends, right? This is having it all. That's what the Ten of Pentacles is. You've got it all. You've attained everything you want. But it's cycles. It's timing. The timing, it's here. It's available to you, but how are you going to get there? We've had this discussion about the tarot piece. Now let's get into our oracle cards. This is fascinating. It's not that you can't have it. We know you want it. I truly think that the key is going to be when you feel this as a separate individual and can appreciate life from that perspective, that's when the change comes. That's when it comes. But let's see what cards come out. Look at this. New love. New love. It says a new chapter begins, whether it is with a new partner or in a current relationship, under the 10 of Swords. The new love can come in once you've gotten past this past hurt, this past baggage, this past garbage and nonsense that really didn't make you feel good. That's when the new chapter begins. It's already here and available for you. Are you going to let it happen? It's getting past this 10 of Swords. Do you see what I'm saying? I might get some extra cards for this reading because we might do another layer here because this is good. Okay, 9 of Wands. The card that came out is children, and it says your love life is being affected by children. So remember how I said you had to take the pause? Here we go. Because, and I know this won't apply to everybody, but for those of you where there are children involved, whether it's you have children and they don't, or they have children and you don't, or maybe both of you have children, there is a big impact, right, on how things are moving. This is from the past, okay? Going forward, you have to stop and think to yourself, depending on your situation, am I okay to be involved with people with children? Or when I find my soulmate, they have to accept my children as their own, right? These are the kinds of inner conversations, inner dialogues you have to have, right? You have to have this conversation with yourself, with your higher self, and be brutally honest about how children are going to fit into your love life, right? The new love is possible. It's here. But it's what are you going to do to get there? How do children factor into this? There is so much depth in here. And maybe what's happening is you're looking at things in bits and pieces here and there, but you need to pull it all together. That's our magician. You know and you understand and you have all the pieces and the knowledge and the tools. It's pulling it together. Do you see what I'm saying? This is so exciting. I'm really liking this. For those of you who have been like really confused, like, I'm not sure which way to go. I'm not sure what to do. How do we make this work? How do we do this or that? This is probably going to give you some clarification, or at least give you some insight to start looking into how can I pull this together. All right, let's look at the card that came out under the Magician. It says, look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. You need to look inside yourself. And what did I say? When you look inside yourself and you go within and figure it out, use the tools, the knowledge, the wisdom, and everything that you have, then you understand yourself from an individual perspective. Looking inside. Look at your feelings, because you need to get to this 9 of Cups. Let's take a look at the card. Let's get a card for this 9 of Cups. This is you as an independent person. Distorted masculine, right? What are your expectations from a partner? Whether you're man, woman, or in a hetero or homosexual relationship, doesn't matter. Okay. The point is, when we're talking about distorted masculine, it could be the dark side of masculinity, or not understanding what it is to be a true divine masculine. We're talking divine masculine, not man, woman. Okay. You need to understand that archetype. What does this really mean? What does this really mean to me? When you understand this, you will be able to love yourself better. You will be able to understand yourself more. And in and out of that is when it comes to open that door to allow stuff to come in. Like I said, it's here. It is right out of the corner of your eye. It's available to you, right? What you want. 10 of Pentacles, new love, right? It's doing the inner work so that you know how wonderful it feels to be single. When you do, then you're ready for a partner to come in. Oh, this is fascinating. I'm tempted to get some more. You know what? I want to clarify. Let's get a card for this 9 of Cups and distorted masculine energy. I want to see what this is. Teasing. It says flirtatious, having a crush, Playing, having fun, keeping it airy, enjoying each other and joking around. Have some fun with this. It doesn't have to be all serious, right? In order to understand how you feel, like how to feel on your own, to respect and love and understand yourself as an individual person, have fun with it. It's one of the big things. In my own personal life, I have my own holy trinity. I have my higher self, that's the tapped into the universe part of me, tapped into spirit, that direct line. I have my higher self. I have my ego, because I am human. And we need ego. It is important. I know a lot of people don't agree, but that's really important to me. And the third part of it, inner child. Your inner child is the playful part of you, or can be the playful part of you. If you understand your ego, if you understand your higher self, and if you understand your inner child and have done the work with those, this will come easy. If not, that might be some work to do. But the bottom line is have some fun. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this. This is an intense reading. There is tons of potential here. There are some fabulous cards. What are you going to do with them, right? That's my question to you. All right, we're going to leave it there. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Guess what? Check another one. Have some fun. Have some fun with another pick a card reading. I've got a card link up here somewhere. Feel free to check that out, because you know what? These are just so much fun for insight, right? It's to lighten the mood and just to bring some inspiration and insight into what's possible just for you. All right, we're going to leave it there. So like I said, check out this reading up here. Pick another card. Have some fun with it. All right, good luck with everything, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello to those of you who have chosen pile number 2. So we're going to jump in a moment, but first we've got our Major Arcana deck to see what is the overall theme. What's the overarching energy of what it is that you need to do, right? To manifest that soulmate energy. What's going on for pile number 2? Let's talk about what's going on for finding your soulmate. What do we have? The moon. So the moon, we're going to put the moon over here. There we go. So let's talk about the moon for a moment before we get into our tarot deck here. So the moon is about secrecy and mystery, and it's a very deep pool. It's all about emotion. It's about things being hidden that could be revealed. It's very occultish. What I'm feeling about you finally or now connecting with that soulmate, there are some things that have to be revealed. This is something that is sort of, it's going to sound a little strange, but lurking in the depths, right? You look into a pool of water that's murky or is just really dark. You can't see anything. It doesn't mean there's nothing under there. I feel for some of you, I'm going to say this now before we get into this. For some of you, this is around somebody you already know. You already know them, and I'm not saying that it's someone you've already dated. This is someone that you have not maybe looked at in that way. There is potential with somebody you already know. Now, who is that? Oh, that might have come right to the surface, might have popped right through, but I'm suspecting not for many of you. I think it's like there's a person who, like I said, you don't see them in that way. You don't see them as a romantic partner. Could be a friend, could be a coworker, whatever. Somebody you play baseball with. I don't know. It doesn't matter who it is. But there is someone that maybe you hadn't thought of before that actually is your perfect match. So let's see where this is going. Oh, I'm loving this already. Oh, tiny writing. So we have 2 of Pentacles in reverse. All right. Next we have 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay. We got Queen of Cups in reverse. All right. And last card, King of Wands. Okay. I'm liking that as a potential outcome. All right, let's see what the underlying energy is. Now, we've already talked about the moon. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. All right, let's talk about the Eight of Pentacles for a moment, and then we'll get into the tarot. All right, let's put our Eight of Pentacles over here under the moon, because these are our reference cards for our reading. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. This is a card about really putting in hard work. You're putting in a lot of work and effort, right? Which is probably what you've been doing. In order to find a soulmate, you know, you've been dating lots of people, you've been telling everyone, you know, set me up with people, or you've been going on lots of dates and you've had lots of relationships. It's just not there. But you've been working it. You've been like trying every possibility and every avenue, right? And you're like, all these things I'm doing, why is it not working? Why am I not finding my soulmate? Eight of Pentacles is here to say it's not about hard work. It's smart work. This is why I'm saying, look around you, right? Eight of Pentacles in reverse is saying you don't have to work hard. So what does that tell you? Something is either around the corner or it's already here. What did I say? See, this is why I like to make little mini predictions sometimes, because for some of you, like I said, you already know this person. It's someone you already know, right? So let's get into this a little bit more. First up, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the Two of Pentacles, it's a card of balance, right? It's trying to juggle stuff and keep things in balance. Because this is in reverse, it's feeling like things are a little topsy-turvy right now. And I bet for some of you, you're already looking at somebody in a different way. And that's why your feelings are kind of, oh, I'm not sure. This is a bit weird. This is a bit strange, right? So this Two of Pentacles, like I said, it's a little bit topsy-turvy, right? Little bit strange, little bit, oh, I don't know about this. But it's not a bad thing. This is you just discovering what's possible. And I'm not mad at that at all. Then we take a look at the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords, this is a card of worry, it's doubt, it's anxiety, it's frustration, it's things keeping you up at night. But this is in the reverse, and I like that because it means that if you were really stressed out because you've put in so much effort and you're not bearing the fruit, this is starting to dissipate. And I think because it's like your romantic world is kind of being turned upside down a little bit. It's a little bit topsy-turvy with this Two of Pentacles. This is actually helping alleviate some of the obsessiveness around, I really need to find a partner. It's starting to show you, you know what? Maybe what I've been doing isn't working. Okay, let's look at things from a different perspective. The Queen of Cups is here saying she's in reverse as well. And this is just saying that, yeah, my emotions are all over the place. I don't know about this person that I never thought of before. And it just feels really weird, but I don't know how I feel about it. I don't feel bad, but I don't feel good. Maybe because you're just trying to understand and work through the feelings and emotions. Not a bad thing either. Ultimately, as our potential outcome, we have the King of Wands. This is fiery, it's passionate, it's let's do this thing, right? But it's a very mature version of that energy. Like, okay, I'm going to let it flow. I'm going to let it come. Whatever is going to be revealed will come to me and we'll go with the flow from there. That is a fantastic energy to end off with for our tarot. Now we're going to get our oracle cards and clarify and see if we can get a little more in-depth intel, right? Look at this, Two of Pentacles, overthinking. Playing negative scenarios in your head is creating issues which weren't there at first. See? No matter who it is, there's somebody that is like kind of tap danced into your mind, into your reality, right? Somebody you already know and you're like, nope, that can't work because it's not going to work out because they're not right for me because I'm not right for them because it's the overthinking. That's why you're like topsy-turvy with this Two of Pentacles. Yeah, totally makes sense, right? No wonder you might be feeling the way you do. And under our Nine of Swords, we have wedding. And it says this situation involves marriage. So what I get from this is, because this is thinking about a particular person, because you're not there yet. I'm not going to say you're getting married. No, that's not it. But now maybe you start looking at them as having that potential for a long-term commitment, for a long-term whatever. So for some of you, it's maybe you've been casually dating and now you're starting to look at one of them as, you know what? I was just, kind of enjoying dating and stuff, but now maybe I see some potential in this person. Or like I said, somebody you've known and you never really looked at them that way. Now you start seeing them as having that potential, right? So I'm loving this too. This is fun. These, I just did, obviously I did the reading for pile number 1. It was lovely too. So much fun. These are great. Okay, now we're looking at the card under our Queen of Cups in reverse, and it says power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. Now that is definitely some serious power. Queen of Cups is in reverse because you know what's right. You know what's possible, but it still feels weird. All of this just feels so alien to you, right? Not because you don't date, not because you haven't been seeing other people. No, it's not that. It's this feeling of the uncertainty and the doubt that was going on, right? With the overthinking and all the effort you put in and not reaping the rewards. Well, now you see, you know what's right for you. So why are you putting in so much effort? If you already know, it's because of our emotions and our feelings, right? This is how we feel. And until those emotions and feelings are challenged by something unfamiliar or different, right? That's not going to change, right? And to drive change, of course, we need to be challenged on what it is that we think we know, that we think we want, that we think is right for us, right? But the power is here. You haven't lost it. So if you tap into this is when you move into your King of Wands energy. Loving this reading. Okay, let's get a card for the King of Wands. What have we got? Dating. Well, there you go. You go from I'm not sure about this person to dating them. Full stop. Simple as that. Right? Give it a chance. That's what this is saying. No matter who it is, give them a chance. If it's someone you're already dating, maybe you need to be exclusive, right? And head towards exploring even more down the line. Could this be a committed relationship? Could this work? But enjoy it. The King of Wands, it's dashing energy, it's magnetic, it's lovely, it's wonderful. Go in with your eyes wide open, with no expectations except an exploration of what's possible. Have a little fun with this because dating really should be fun. Okay, we're going to leave it there. So pile number 2, I hope you enjoyed the reading. We've got more up here. I'm going to put a little link somewhere to another pick a card reading because why not, right? There's so much fun for insight and inspiration. That's why I do what I do. So enjoy. I hope this has been helpful and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 3. We're going to jump into that tarot in a moment, but first we have our Major Arcana deck, which is going to give us a general overview of, this whole soulmate thing, right? Calling in your soulmate, finding your soulmate, attracting your soulmate. What is the overall energy for you? Here in pile number 3. What have we got? The Fool. One of my favorite cards in the tarot. It's just so much fun. So I'm feeling some fun in this for you already. Okay, let's talk about the Fool. So the Fool is a card of new beginnings. It's about a new adventure. It's a new undertaking, a new project, a new path, a new love life, a new partner, all of these wonderful things. It's starting fresh. And the Fool is, well, it's the first card in the Major Arcana, but the archetype of it, the personality of the Fool is I'm going to start something new. This is going to be so much fun. We're going on an adventure. It's kind of a devil may care attitude, right? A little bit, not juvenile, that's not the right word, immature. It's a little bit immature. I don't care. I'm making this happen. We're just going to go, footloose and fancy free. Sometimes not quite looking at things in depth and making the best plans because they're just so excited to get off on this new adventure. If that is not you, this is where you need to be. You need to look at calling in your soulmate from a perspective of, this is just an adventure. It's another thing I'm going to do in life that I'm going to have fun with. That's the beauty of the energy of the Fool. All right, let's get out your tarot cards. Oh, I'm excited already for this reading. This is going to be fun. Okay, first card up, we have the Devil. Next card, next. We have the Fool again. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this reading. The Sun. No, oh my God, you're kidding me. Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, I'm gonna line up my cards here. Then we're gonna talk. Holy cow. Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. I'm so excited to see. What have we got? Two of Pentacles in reverse. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. Okay, let's talk. Before we get into our tarot cards, which I'm like, oh my God, I'm jonesing for this for my own reading and anything. I don't even care what it is. So good. Let's talk about our Two of Pentacles because this is underlying energy. All right, Two of Pentacles, it's a card of balance, okay? And it's trying to keep things in balance, like it's a juggling act sometime. So because this is in reverse, what I'm feeling is that with this Fool card, remember how I was saying the Fool card, it's very, it's that very devil may care attitude. Funny, the devil came out, right? It's that, oh, let's just get going. We're going to have some fun with this. The reason why the Two of Pentacles is here as the underlying energy, this is the big energy, the overall energy. This is the underlying energy, which is saying you best be sure you've got your checks and balances done before you set out on this adventure of finding your partner or calling them in. You need to make sure you know what you're getting into, right? Before you get started. And if you're already dating, I mean, that is what it is. It's about the selection process when you're dating and moving forward in a relationship, okay? Regardless, no matter what it is, if you are fresh back out into dating and you're just about to start, this double down the energy for you, okay? Here's why. We'll talk about this from two different perspectives. If you dot your I's and cross your T's and get all prepared, you know what, I need to cover this because YouTube. What have I got? I'm going to take one of these. I just want to cover this up a little bit because, nudity and YouTube doesn't like that. So with this Devil card, here we're going to move these guys over here. There we go. There we go. All right. So our Devil card, the Devil speaks of distraction. Okay. It's taking you off your path. It's obsessiveness. It is addiction. It's all of these things that can really take you away from what it is that you need to be focused on. With this, I'm feeling almost obsession. Okay. Like you're obsessed about finding a partner and you're obsessed about getting onto this path, which in some ways isn't a bad thing if you take it lightly. Don't get too wrapped up in what it is that you need to do or how you need to start this process. And be sure that you don't get into a situation where you're looking at someone where you're wearing the rose-colored glasses and you're not seeing them for who they really are. Or they're somebody who maybe do have addictions or obsessive compulsive kind of behavior. And I'm not talking about like OCD where it's sort of your day-to-day functions, but obsessive as in turn into a stalker kind of obsessive, right? You need to have a filter on as you're deciding who you might start dating or who you might start moving forward with. Do you see what I'm saying? The Fools come up again just to say, yeah, have your filters on. You start out, right? You start on the path, have your filters on, and weed out anyone who doesn't make sense or who really isn't right for you. But you're not going to know that if you haven't prepared ahead of time. And then once you filter those out, continue on with the journey. That's why the Fools come up a second time, right? Don't be discouraged if it doesn't work out right out the gate. Or if you date a couple of people and you're like, no, I don't like this person. Well, I don't like any of these people. Well, here's the thing. I said this, I think it was in pile number 1's reading, where it's like, you have to kiss a lot of frogs to find your prince sometimes. Don't give up. Get back at it. Get back on your horse and ride if you've fallen off, right? So keep going, because the Sun is here. The Sun is the best card in the deck. It is pure joy. It is attaining what it is that you want and being so satisfied and happy, right? This is a beautiful card to show up, especially when we're talking about a love reading. But you can't be discouraged by what is happening as you start the journey. And then when we look at our potential outcome, we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. Plans laid don't matter. Whatever your plans are, if any, universe has its own plan. You can have your plans as a guidepost, right? But don't be obsessed by them. I talked about obsession, right? Don't be obsessed by them. And then you'll see that things will go in your favor if you loosen up the reins on what your expectations are. But look at the direction we're heading. It's beautiful. All right, let's get our oracle cards now and see what comes out. Boundaries under the devil. Are you kidding me? You need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will or won't allow. You can't make this stuff up. That's why you need your filters on. You need your filters in place, and you need to set your boundaries and stick to them. And then move on from anyone who does not respect your boundaries, who doesn't adhere to them, who just doesn't want to listen to you talking about your boundaries, and they just want what they want. No, unacceptable, right? Those are the people you filter out, and you move on and keep going. Oh my God, I love it. I love this so much. Okay, what have we got for our, oh, you wanted to pop right out. Our second Fool card. We have heart-to-heart conversations. It says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Do not hold back. Be kind and respectful. But anything that's coming up, especially if you run through a few people and you're like, nope, 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 you filter them out, you hold your boundaries. As you get to the next phase, right, of this journey, then you make sure that, you know, I'm not talking on the first date, but really be honest and upfront about what you want and what your expectations are, right? And how you feel. Be vulnerable. The Fool is definitely vulnerable, right? Because he's going out there going, I've never done this before. This is brand new to me. But, you know, I need to let people know because I might need some help along the way. That's being vulnerable and accepting that help as it comes to you. So that's something to be mindful as well. Heart-to-heart conversations, yes, with people you might be dating or starting to get serious with, but you can have these conversations with the people around you, your friends and family who are here to support you. Maybe to get feedback, right? Maybe to get their advice. I will say this, be cautious about 2 things. You need to be ready to hear what people have to say, because when it comes to love life, nobody wants to hear that the person they're interested in isn't good for them. Nobody wants to hear that. So you need to be ready to hear it, for one, because you can't blame people if you've asked for an opinion, right? Then, if you are going to get some insight from people around you or their opinions, only go to people who you trust. Trust to be honest. Don't go to that friend of yours who always says, oh yes, you know, you look fabulous in that dress. Oh yes, you know, they never give you feedback that's negative, right? Or constructive, like, hey, you know, maybe this person, you know, he's a really nice guy, but you might want to think about this. I've noticed this about him. There's something to be aware of, right? That's the person you want to have those conversations with, should you choose, right? But definitely whoever you're dating, I'm telling you, it's best to be upfront and honest. Like I'm saying, you don't lay all your cards on the table on the first date. That's a little bit much. The first date is to just try to get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? These things all happen in time. Under the sun, we have 2 cards came out. So let's see what we've got. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. You have to be open to this too. Look at this, true bliss. I call this pure joy. It's the same thing, right? So you need to be mindful of having those physical, intimate relationships, right? Those interactions, knowing that you have to be vulnerable there as well. You can't hold back. In order to find out how compatible you are, especially when you're being intimate, right? We're all grown-ups here, so we're going to have this conversation, right? There is nothing wrong with that. It is actually something that is very important. When, like I said, you are intimate with someone, you have to have those conversations. This is just going to deepen that bond. And then the next card is, it's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. This is just saying that as you're going along the journey, you need to take those breaks. If you're starting to feel overwhelmed, or maybe stepping back into old patterns, or getting pulled back into old ways of thinking and being, or those dating patterns, getting sucked back into the relationships, old relationships, or relationships with new people who mirror the old ones. You want to get away from that. And you need to make sure that you step away and take a break and take some time for yourself. That's all this is saying, which is great advice. It's not a bad thing at all. Now let's take a look at our 7 of Swords. Let's get a card for 7 of Swords. Creativity. Love it. Creativity is 2 things. If you get to this point and you are dating someone, or you're starting to narrow down who you might want to get serious about or with, creativity is a great way for the 2 of you to get to know each other and understand each other. Creativity is going to give you a glimpse into what they're like around, well, things like this. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your desires? How do you maintain a steady lifestyle, right? Can you be open and vulnerable? The creativity piece is tied into all of this, right? It's very sacral chakra if you're into that stuff. And this is where it's a really great way to learn how to get to know somebody. And this is under the 7 of Swords, which is all about being of the mind, right? It's all up in your head. It's intellect. It's planning and execution and all of these things, which is great. Remember how I said you can make your plans, but Spirit has a plan, and it usually trumps yours, no matter what. This is saying get out of your head and into your heart. That's how you truly know someone. You can read their resume. You can ask them about the facts. Oh, when did you get married? When did you get divorced? How many kids do you have? Blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. Which, yeah, great information. But to really know someone, you need to see their creative side. Huge reading here. So awesome, though. I am loving this. Like I said, the Fool energy and the Sun. It's just these 2 together, so wonderful. And setting the boundaries and overcoming by using that filter, putting the filter in place and using it. This will help you narrow down the field to those quality partners that you have. And you'll know who they are by that creative flow. All right, we're going to leave it there. So thank you so much for watching. We got another pick a card reading up here. Yeah, we got a link. Why not? All kinds of stuff going on in lives every day, all the time. Get some guidance over here as well. So we're leaving it there. Good luck with everything, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.